I recently found this glorious mid-2000s homebrew mystery PC for free. It had 1 foot in the e-waste pile and it's in pretty rough shape, but it is just too beautiful to end up in a landfill. So today let's try and bring this thing back to life. So stay tuned. And if you shed a tear every time an interesting computer ends up in e-waste, I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. Do you have anything to say about that? So I actually picked this thing up off the free pile at this past VCF Midwest. I saw this glorious case with weird transparent panels on the side, RGB bubble bars on the front, flanking what appears to be some sort of liquid crystal display, and I just had to rescue it. I did peek through the side plexiglass, and there is a motherboard and some components loosely hanging on inside, but I wanted to save the actual opening so we can do it together. I did also notice something a little suspicious on the power supply. Anyway, we're gonna have to replace that power supply at a bare minimum before we even think about trying to turn this thing on. So let's crack it open. All right, we've got 2 screws on the door here, finger tight, just the way we like them. Oh my goodness. We have a dusty, hairy RGB fan and all sorts of grime on the inside. We have some sort of secret paper treasure map in here. Subject data, action required. Data moved to XP 175 hours. I'm sure this will make sense later. I'm also pretty sure this isn't where the RAM goes. All right, we're going in with the gloves of shame on this one. All right, let's take this thing outside and blow her out. That's not a double entendre. Oh yeah, that is much cleaner now. Hopefully we don't have to pull this board out to do any board level repairs, but even if we do, I've been doing some courses on Brilliant that should really help out with digital circuitry. And conveniently, Brilliant is also the sponsor of today's video. Brilliant helps you to become a better thinker and problem solver with thousands of visual, interactive lessons in math, science, programming, data analysis, and AI. And it's designed to be uniquely effective with lessons packed full of hands-on problem solving. Instead of just passively watching lectures, you're experiencing concepts and playing with them. It's a method proven to be 6 times more effective. Brilliant provides a world of engaging problems, competitive features, and encouragement, helping you to build a daily habit of learning and accumulating knowledge on real-world specific topics. I've recently been going through the Digital Circuits course, which is where you build simple computers out of logic gates. Even though I've been doing things like board level repairs on computers for a few years now, I was still missing a lot of the fundamentals. Doing a little bit of this every day has helped me to build my skill set and knowledge and fill in gaps. And this consistency is what is key to retaining what I've learned. To learn for free on Brilliant, go to brilliant.org/actionretro, scan the QR code on the screen, or click the link down in my description below. Brilliant has also given Action Retro viewers 20% off an annual premium subscription, which gives you daily unlimited access to everything on Brilliant. Thanks again, Brilliant, for sponsoring today's video. All right, well, we certainly need to replace this power supply. I don't know what happened to it, but it's all rusty in the plug, and part of the original power cable is fused to the IEC connector. I found this Seasonic power supply on the floor, so it's probably good. Get in there. Do some cable management here. All right, I have reconnected all of the important stuff. Motherboard, hard drive, tasty cake mouse. Let's see if this thing has any semblance of life. Come on, buddy. Well, I guess we're taking a board out. Whoops. Ooh, I found a problem. This one cap is no bueno. Some of the other ones are kind of questionable as well. Is this board worth recapping? Probably not. But we're going to do it anyway because I love e-waste. Might as well add thermal compound if we're successful. Oh, Nelly, that's crunchy. Let's see what kind of CPU we're working with. Ooh, it's a Pentium 4 2.66. Fancy. Yeah, you know, boards like this are really great to practice soldering on because they're not rare, they're not worth a lot, they're easy to replace, and if you mess up, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, all of these 6.3 volt 1000 capacitors were leaking, and that's a pretty common problem for machines of this era. It was a bad time for capacitor quality, and we lost a lot of good machines. What seems like unreliability or intermittent issues very often is a leaking capacitor. Let's apply some fresh thermal compound. Let's give this a quick smoke test. We'll just hook it up to power out on the desk here. Now I have to jump power on here. Let's see here. These two. Oh my god, it lives! We did it! We saved garbage! Okay, so apparently this can only see 512 megs per slot, so after juggling around a couple of sticks, I've got it up to 1 gigabyte of RAM, which I assume is the maximum. Let's put this thing back in the cool case, see if this video card works, and use this glorious machine once again. Okay, well, slight hiccup. I found a tiny surface mount capacitor laying on the desk, and looking at the video card, I found a spot where it looks like a capacitor fell off. So we're gonna try and reattach that. Definitely need my goof goggles for this one. Oh my god, this thing frickin' lives. It sees the hard drive, 1 gig of RAM, it's using that video card, the temperature is displaying. Unfortunately, the light show isn't going. Let's see if it boots. Oh yeah, look, it's booting into Windows. Ooh, what secrets will we find? Of course, I won't display any personal information that we find on here. Oh yes, it works. Windows 7 Ultimate. Excellent choice. Yeah, there's a lot of anime on this one. Alright, certainly people's private information is still on this drive, so we shall explore it no further. In fact, we will wipe it and install something else. Okay, so I've popped the front off here because I want to take a look at this power switch. I think it might be sticking. Just pop this whole bit out. Oh, yeah, look how much that sticks. I'm going to see if this stuff works on it. Deoxit Fader F5 for plastic faders and controls. So perhaps a little of the old Adrian Special will do it. That made a huge difference. Also discovered why the front RGB isn't working. It's not plugged in. And there's only one plug here, and they had that powering the front LCD panel. So I found these fan extender cable things that I think we can repurpose with a little bit of the old snip snip. Just make sure we get red and black on the right side. That should be fine. All right, let's see if we've got functional front RGB. We do! Oh, it's glorious. Oh yeah, look at that. Is that not peak computer? All right, here it is, back together in all of its mid-2000s glory. And of course, we're not going to torture this thing with a new install of Windows. Oh no, this is the perfect candidate for MX Linux 32-bit Fluxbox Edition, which we will install using my iOD USB optical disk drive emulator, assuming this will boot from it. It does! Oh yeah, let's install MX Linux. And jump cut to install complete. Look at that, our glorious new MX Linux Pentium 4 that we found for free. And yeah, MX Linux is frickin' awesome. Modern Linux that runs on just about anything. I've done videos in the past installing MX Linux on all sorts of old machines. I even had this going on a Pentium 3. So I'll link to some of those videos down below in case you want to see just how freaking cool MX Linux is. I mean, just look at this. That's modern Firefox on a Pentium frickin' 4. Well, if there was a moral to this video, I think it would be you should save old computers from the trash. I mean, just look at all the fun we had with this thing. This is exactly the kind of computer that you can find sitting out on the curb on trash day. Even though it was broken, and maybe especially because it was broken, it's excellent. We got to practice our soldering skills fixing it without worrying about breaking it, and we got to play with weird operating systems. I put MX Linux on this thing, not that weird, but I bet this can run all sorts of stuff. React OS, Haiku 32-bit, maybe I could even get OpenStep running on this thing. In any event, I hope I inspired you to go find some garbage to tinker with, and if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more stuff like this, please subscribe down below. Thank you very much for watching. And I just want to give a very special thank you to all of my Patreon supporters and channel members. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for supporting me and supporting this channel and all the weird stuff I do. I am so very grateful, and I just could not do this without you.